thank you for joining me. Cindy here from CLB Craft Creations, and here is day 10 of our holiday card series. It's the second card using the Happy Scenes stamp set. It's going to use the same background as we did in the card earlier this week, but you could also use this this image for this technique if you wanted. I just like the Mossy Meadow. My ink is a little bit juicier on that one, and I think it matters. So anyway, we're also going to be using the embossing folder, which is the Woodland embossing folder. I love this folder, and I've seen this technique a bunch of times, so to give credit to one artist would be difficult, but there's plenty of videos out there on how to do this technique. So what we're going to do is we're going to ink up our embossing folder, and I found that using the thicker Whisper White cardstock is actually key for this, because the other Whisper White just doesn't seem like it's thick enough, and so when it goes through the die cut machine or the Big Shot, that it just doesn't seem to get the best impression, or at least mine, and that could just be the calibration. So what we're going to do first is we're going to, now with the Sizzix right here, that's the piece that you want to ink up, because that's got this raised image, which basically what we're doing is we're inking the debossed version, which is the piece that's going to press into the paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Soft Sky ink. Again, you can use whatever color you want. I want the Soft Sky for my background, and I'm just wiping that on the top portion, and it's not sticking there, so okay. So just wiping that across the top of my embossing folder. Now I can see that there's spots that aren't getting hit, but that's okay. Again, it's supposed to be very, I don't want it to look too forced. It's just supposed to give a nice sky color background. All right, and now I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to take the trees, and I'm going to stamp right onto my embossing folder. Now you should work pretty quickly with this, just because although it's on plastic, it will tend to dry if your inks aren't too wet. I just re-inked my Soft Sky, and my Mossy Meadow is pretty wet. So all right, I'm going to make sure to stamp my tree onto a part of the raised image, and I'm going to do this twice. So one higher and one a little lower. Okay, and now I'm going to take my paper. I'm going to line it up on this side where I want it. I want to make sure that it all gets some ink on it. Okay, and then I'm just going to close that up, and you can see right there that it's got that cool background. I'm going to sandwich that in between my cutting plates, and I've got my multi-purpose platform on one. Okay, and I'm just going to run that through the Big Shot twice, or back and forth. And this is the fun part. You can just get it out. There is our image. Isn't that gorgeous? Gosh, I love how that turns out. It is so pretty. You wouldn't think that you could stamp on the embossing folders and have it turn out so pretty, but you can. So there you go. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Just think about the different scenes that you could make with some of your other embossing folders too. Okay, so that's pretty much the card. I am going to stamp another piece of Whisper White card. This one's just regular Whisper White cardstock, and you could use the thick if you wanted. But just like the card earlier this week, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the little tree line image in Mossy Meadow. And then I'm going to take the sentiment that says "Thinking of you with a grateful heart." I'm going to do that in Soft Sky. Hopefully it'll be dark enough. It's actually not very dark at all. But you know what? It's okay. Oh, it's good enough. I think so. All right. And so then that's our inside piece. Still plenty of room to write. Get these inks out of the way, and then we will assemble it. We will be done. I just love how that embossing turned out. It's really, really pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to take some regular snail, run Okay, this is going to be the inside of my card. And remember, like I said before, don't forget your envelopes. Make sure that you dress up your envelopes as well. This is really a good, one of those good sets that can actually really dress up the outside of your card. Okay, and oh, I'm sorry. So this is a piece of Soft Sky cardstock, which is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, which is a little different for me lately. Scored at 5 1/2. It's top folding. And then we're going to bring in this piece. I think I'm actually going to pop that up. Whenever I do the embossing, I always like to give it a little extra security with some... Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, sorry about that, I'm going to go ahead and pop that up with some dimensionals. These are actually dimensionals from my paper pumpkin kit. These are tiny little paper pumpkin dimensionals. A shameless plug at this point. If you are not a subscriber of my paper pumpkin, head on over to my blog and check out the details on how to join. I am offering all of my personal paper pumpkin subscribers up to 10 additional projects with each month that you're a subscriber of mine. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. But the details are on my blog as well. So, but anyway, so the paper pumpkin kits actually do provide you with dimensionals, and these are actually from the last kit that we had, and they are tiny little dimensionals. They're like half the size of our full-size dimensionals. So I couldn't find my other ones, and so I just pulled those because those were right there on my desk. So just put some on the back of my card here, back to this card anyway. And I'm going to just layer that right on the top, centered the best I can. And there you go. There's our finished card project. So, and then our inside. I just think that is, I just love that technique with stamping on the embossing folder to create your colored scene, because these are definitely very difficult to actually ink up. But there you go. So I hope that you liked today's card project. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you did. Subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. And I'll see you soon.